You were on its way. You were on its way. You were on your way, and you blew it. Okay, that's my Robert De Niro impression from Copland. You blew it. All right, y'all. So this is why I don't like to watch reviews or know anything about a movie that I want to see, because when I sit down, whether I like it or not, I'm going to have those voices in my head like Randy Orton. They talk to me. This movie is good. This movie is bad. I like this. I like that. You know, when I sat down before Joker 2 started, I just knew I was going to hate this movie because I had doubts even coming in, knowing that this was going to be a so-called musical and the early reviews were like really shitty. You know what I mean? So I sat down, I'm like, I'm not going to like this movie. I have a bad feeling about this. And so I hate when that happens because I like to go into a movie not knowing anything, whether people think it's good or bad. I want to go into it with fresh eyes so I have my own fresh perspective of it. And already I knew that this movie was going to be bad. So before I get into my thoughts, okay, got to do the right thing here. This is again directed by Todd Phillips, starring Joaquin Phoenix, Lady Gaga, and a whole bunch of other people. All right, takes place right after the events of the first film. And okay, no spoilers here. I'm not going to spoilers, but they do debunk the whole theory of the first movie, where there was a whole theory that it was all taking place inside of his head. He really didn't do the things that he did in the movie, and that he was a mental patient the whole time, and the whole movie was in his head. No, it's not in his head, because this is a crime drama, well, a courtroom drama. So Arthur Fleck is on trial for his life for the shit that he did in the first movie. So that debunks that right away. It wasn't a dream. It wasn't in Word Up magazine. He actually did that shit. Now we have our movie. It's a courtroom drama. He's in prison, so he goes from prison to court, from court to prison. And during all this, he meets somebody. He meets a special person. Lady Gaga is Harley Quinn. Arthur Fleck, he had no purpose. He was a shell of himself in the first movie. He's just like a walking zombie almost. He's taking medication, and he's not really taken seriously. And all it takes is for the right woman to come into his life. So, y'all, let me tell you something. There was a point in this movie where I'm like, yo, I'm really enjoying this. Like the whole thing between him and Harley Quinn, you know, because I know what it's like to feel like, damn, I'm just in a fucked up place in life right now. And then you meet a special person, you meet a special woman, and they bring out the best in you. And you start I don't know about y'all, but me, every time I meet somebody that I'm really digging, yeah, I have all kind of songs and shit playing in my head. So the whole musical aspect, I was digging at first because I'm like, yeah, that's how I be. You know, yo, if I meet a chick I really like, all of a sudden I hear do da da do da do. Every time I see them, do da da do. The very first time I saw your brown eyes, when you said hello and I said hi. Yeah, so the musical shit I was digging at first. I said, you know what? If nobody else understands this movie, I understand this movie. I was having a connection with this movie, man, because I understood it on a human level, because I understood Arthur Fleck. I know what it's like to finally, you know, when you meet somebody that you think understands you, that gets you, and it's like people are telling you, no, she's no good for you. But I'm like, no, don't tell me nothing. No, this person, no, she's special. She's special. And then you find out she ain't shit. Now, I ain't saying she ain't shit. I'm not saying Lady Gaga or Harley Quinn ain't shit. I'm going to let you find that out for yourself in the movie. But I'm just saying I understood where this story was going, where it was coming from. And also, it played like a stage play. Okay, so from a technical aspect, this movie was fucking brilliant. Like the shots, the color schemes, you know what I'm saying? There's certain, just the stages, you know what I'm saying? Like the settings and shit. I'm like, yo, this is like Broadway. Like I'm watching a Broadway musical of the Joker. And matter of fact, I even said, okay, if you just took away Joker and this is like its own thing, I think people would be giving this movie more praise than what they're giving it. I'm like, yo, I'm digging this shit. And then the last 20 minutes happened. So similar to Substance, where I was like, damn, I was on board until the end. And then the end, I was like, what the fuck was that? But with that movie, I said, what the fuck was that? But in a good way, though. I'm like, yo, this shit was buck wild crazy, but it stayed with me. This movie is the opposite, where the last 20 minutes, it just took a nosedive. It just said, fuck it, and just said, and crashed and burned, because the way this movie was setting up, I'm like, okay, the payoff has got to be dope. The payoff has got to be epic, because I feel like they were setting so many things up. And then by the end, I'm like, okay, we have to have like this beautiful, artistic, like grandiose moment. You know what I'm saying? Like this fucking crescendo of a ending to match the brilliance of the first two acts of this movie. And it didn't do none of that. It just said, you know what? We did the best we could. We have no more energy left, and we're just gonna end it now. And that's what they did. When it was over with, I'm like, you were on its way. You were on its way. You were on your way, and you blew it. Okay, that's my Robert De Niro impression from Copland. You blew it. God. But highlights, Joaquin Phoenix is always as great as the Joker. There were times where he had me laughing. The crowd was laughing. He's brilliant as always. So Joaquin Phoenix can't give a bad performance if he tried, And he's even bonier in this one. Like dog, there was a point where this motherfucker looked like Zelda from Pet Sematary. This dude, how the hell you muscular, but then your bones are popping out at the same time? Like, he had a shoulder coming out of a shoulder bone. Like, he had like 3 collarbones and shit. You know what I mean? He's great as always. Lady Gaga's good in this movie, but she's not Harley Quinn. All right, they could have gave her any name except for Harley Quinn. She's not Harley Quinn. All right, but she was good in the movie. But the character, no. But yeah, man. So yo, Joker, this shit has me kind of conflicted, because on one hand, I was really digging the love story aspect of this and how realistic. So even as a musical, this is realistic because it shows from the perspective of a man falling in love. Like this nigga, he fell in love. He sprung. Okay, this movie could have been called Sprung. All right, Harley Quinn. Look, okay, I'm gonna give you a little something. I'm gonna give you just a little something here. Harley Quinn gives him some. Okay, he gets his first piece, and when he gets his first piece, that was it. This nigga lost his fucking mind. All right. And I'm like, brother, I know what you're going through. I done been there. Listen, I always say when you make a woman make that noise, like, ooh, do you got a sprung? That works both ways, okay? When a woman put that thing on you, and boy, look at here, Uncle Dwight told me a long time ago, nephew, that thing between a woman's legs is a powerful thing, son. It's a powerful thing. And once he got a taste of that, there was no turning back, boy. Look here. Yeah, he was going to be Joker 5.0 after that, bro. So yeah, that's what I'm going to give you, motherfuckers. So y'all, wrapping this up, Joker is not going to be for everybody. I could see people either really hating this movie or, like myself, really digging the movie but not really liking the end. But either way, I think this is going to be a flop. This is going to make nowhere near what the first movie made. It's going to get nowhere near as much praise as the first movie did. But in a crazy way, I'm like, this is so different from the first movie. But at the same time, it fits within the first movie because this is all about the ramifications of what he did in that first movie. And where he's at mentally and all that there. So it ties into the first movie, but just in a very different way. In a Broadway stage play kind of way. You know what I mean? But damn, you dropped the fucking ball, man. Like, this is like Game 7. You got to take the last winning shot, and you missed the winning finger roll. Patrick Ewing, man. Shout out to my nigga Ewing. Damn. Missed the fucking finger roll at the end, man. And they couldn't seal the deal. They couldn't close this movie out properly, man. They couldn't land the knockout punch. So that's it, and that's all. With that being said, I'm gonna give Joker 2. I'm gonna give this shit a C-, man. Yeah, C-. I think that's a fair grade. Have y'all seen it? What y'all think about it? Comment fully below. Let me know what you thought. If you like and dig this content, hit that like and subscribe, notification bell in the corner. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.